Yes, sir.
Delays in production. It's all about production.
Here we are.
It's all about time to market, mass volume.
Let's go. We are running live.
See those fancy, beautiful, amazing Lucids coming out. Neo just dropped their car. It looked like Lucid and Xpeng had a baby, and Neo popped out. So, there's all these other options for people now. And RIVN, yeah, it's a lot of it is touch. The delays, that's just basic marketing. Delays to production do not make for a good stock price.
So, delayed to production. So that's what's going on right now. You're saying that with RIVN, they're having problems keeping their production schedule together, and so
they've already rescheduled like 2 or 3 releases. I can't remember off the top of my head. But if you Google it, guys, it's right there in front of your fingertips. Just Google RIVN delays, and it'll be right in front of you.
Yeah, I also want to, hi, how are you? I'm Manny. I've been swing trading for the past 2 years per se.
Hey, Manny, one sec. Just let me wrap up, and then we'll get to you.
Go ahead, Sabrina.
That's it. Did I answer your question?
Oh yeah. You got it. And so again, thanks team, and I'll just do a quick reset again for all those who are joining us today. Thank you so much for joining the Day Trading Degens, your best stock picks for 2022. I am your host, Charles Becco, and today we are bringing up the audience members to the stage. We've got Manuel here. We've got Ever. We want to invite more people to the stage. We want to talk about top stock picks for 2022. So far, Sabrina really likes the EV space. No surprise there. Also some marijuana names. And right now we've got Manuel up on the stage. And Manuel, he's going to let us know where the heaters are going to be. Manuel, mic's on you. Let us know your best stock pick for 2022. Go ahead, Manny.
Hey, thank you, Charles. And my apologies, Sabrina, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's fine. It's okay.
I wanted to support your point of view on the EV sector when it comes to RIVN, due to the fact that they were expecting those deliveries by January 2022, and they delayed now by July 2022. So that doesn't look good when it comes to an IPO that a lot of people is expecting those deliveries to happen within the expected time frame. So those delays are really affecting the RIVN stock. So that's my point of view on that one. Now, when it comes to my thoughts are also on the cannabis sector. I've seen that this year it's been horrible for the cannabis sector. It's now kind of taking back up till reverse state. And what I've been looking at into the past few months is some chip makers and technology makers such as Nvidia and Amd. I actually want to see what are also your thoughts on the tech sector, such as chip makers in Nvidia and AMD.
Okay, I think I'll take over for that. So I'm gonna let you guys know right now. I'm gonna drop the heater for us live, December the 23rd, 2021. Do not forget these words that are coming out of my mouth. Okay, let me tell you something. There will be technology in every facet of our lives, right? There's going to be these lithium batteries, copper cables, conduit, chips in the walls, in the floors, in the ceilings. We've seen smart classrooms. We've seen smart homes. There's going to be smart everything, including smart clothing, right? Even to a degree, right? And so for me, I'm very bullish on any chip maker, not only for the next year, but also for the next 5, 10, and 20 years. Also, not only the chip makers, right? But as we kind of put and implement technology into multi facets of our lives, there's also going to be a need to protect it, right? And so I do see growth, significant growth, and a ramp for growth in several cybersecurity companies as well. And so check out the ETF's bug and hack. Between the two, right, Nvidia and AMD, I do see ramps for growth in both companies, right? But my personal favorite is AMD because AMD competes in the GPU and CPU. Right now, they're busting up Intel hand over fist with their Ryzen 9 CPUs, and AMD is basically the number 2 GPU graphics cards maker, right, like neck and neck with Nvidia, right? And so I like them both. I like the SMH for 2022. Let me just kind of this is not this kind of a it's not this kind of a room, but let's just pull up the SMH here, okay? And as you can see, right, there's a nice little cup and handle in SMH here on a daily time frame. Let me make sure you guys can see. Yup. Again, nice cup and handle here on the SMH time frame, on a daily time frame for the SMH. This is going to be the semiconductor ETF, and that MACD's curling, that histogram is going. I've got some buy alerts. The algorithms are firing. Let's look on the weekly time frame, and team, that looks good. This looks like a very, very bullish chart. And so, yeah, we're going to be seeing all-time highs in some of these high flyers coming 2022, and these guys are at the top of my list. So Manny, I like your idea there. Do you have anything else to contribute there? I see Sabrina's mic. Go ahead, Sabrina.
Yeah, and just to add to that, can you guys hear me? Because I put my...
Yep, you're good.
So just to add to that, right, in terms of technology, let's remember, or for those of you who are not aware, we're moving into the metaverse. We're already...
Yep.
Personally, I'm already in the metaverse. The people that follow me on Instagram, I had a clubhouse room the other day. We talked all about it. I'm buying virtual land. I have NFTs. I have stuff in the metaverse. So technology is going to be a major, major, major player. And I should have said that I like Apple. I love Apple. Apple is going to drop their virtual reality and augmented reality glasses next year, and it is going to be bananas. And I know a lot of you are still trying to get your mind around this whole metaverse thing and Web3 and all of that. But please do some reading, do some research, hit me up on the back end. Maybe I'll have a little pop-up room and we can all talk about it like we did the other day. But that's the future, guys. The future, and the future is here. All the stuff that you saw on television, it is here and now. People are in the metaverse with their avatars running around doing real life things in the metaverse. So technology is going to have to support that, and it's not just technology. It will be crypto, blockchain, and also they're not called coins anymore. They're called something else. But cryptocurrencies like Mana, Decentraland, full metaverse coin. So yeah, Charles, technology is about to blow our minds if it hasn't already.
Yeah, like I said, I see technology being implemented, and when I mean technology, right? What am I talking about specifically? I'm talking specifically the same chips that are in our phones, the same chips that are in our computers. These things are going to be in our houses. I can imagine a world where your oven will turn itself on, and start making you a hot cup of coffee as you kind of wake up. I could see like the walls, kind of getting a feeling of, or being connected somehow to your body and regulating your body temperature, turning on the AC on and off based on, your sleeping habits and patterns. And so, and I know that sounds like super futuristic. I know that sounds super cyberpunk-like, but team, I see this in the future. I see it happening. Again, chips and software. This thing is going to be everywhere, and you will not believe it. 20, 30 years from now, you will not believe the kind of world that we're living in. Sabrina, I see your mic off.
Yeah, I mean, believe it or not, my home in Brooklyn is already pretty much wired and ready for all of that.
Ballin', ball alert, ball alert.
You can control everything everything, like your fridge, the coffee maker, like everything can be controlled. Everything.
Yep. If you guys notice, right? You see I've got light mods on the wall here in the wall panels, and I control that with a touch of the phone, right? Not only the oh shoot, I even forgot my light mods in the library. There it goes, right? All with a touch of a button, and all those things fire off. So yeah, I'm with you, Manny. I know that you had a comment, so go ahead, Manny. Oh, Sabrina.
1 second. I see my friend Rahul in the audience. I'd like to bring him up to stage. I'm going to invite him to speak.
Sure.
So, Charles, you have a great point on AMD, such as when it comes to the CPUs and GPUs. But I've also done some research on Nvidia, and they're also getting some automated driving chips to add it to the EV sector. So I also think that what are your thoughts on Nvidia adding those chip making devices for the EV sector?
Yeah, so I mean, again, for me personally, and I'm going to say something that's going to make a couple of people mad. I'm letting y'all know right now. Again, this is what, December 23rd, 2021. I'm letting y'all know right now. The billionaires of the world are trying to figure out how to clap the trucking industry. Okay? They don't want to be paying y'all $5 and $6 grand to be hauling tomatoes from here to Florida. They don't want to pay y'all, what was it, $150,000, $200 a year, to be hauling, goods and services across the country. They are working their tails off, right, to fully automate those trucking lanes and routes and replace, those drivers with machines, right? If you guys seen the movie Logan, right? In that movie Logan, I know this is probably I probably shouldn't use something from a movie as evidence, right? But, if you could think it, right, it could be. And so in that movie Logan, you saw those driverless, what else? 18 wheelers, excuse me. Those semis being driven by robots, right? And so we see Tesla leading in automation. One of the reasons why Uber can't get right, in terms of their earnings, is because they're reinvesting, and one of the things on their items is automation as well. So I could also see a reality and projected reality. One of my assumptions going forward is that pretty soon Uber is probably going to try to replace a portion of their force, right, with self-driving vehicles, right? And I'm the testing for all the automation and all the automated vehicles is happening right now. And again, when you have drivers behind cars, and again, I don't want to be insensitive to anything, right? But we had that terrible issue. Where was it? Somewhere in the Midwest, where you had that driver who whose brakes failed, and his truck killed 4 people. Now he's got a multi-100-year sentence and things of that nature. If you just got issues with, especially here in New York, there was a big pushback against Uber here. Places like San Francisco and Cali, there's always some regulation, a law, or something that they're voting on, to make sure that the driver's rights are respected. And let me tell y'all something, okay? Team, don't be fooled. The big tech companies, the big, Silicon Valley bros, they do not want to be dealing with that, right? And so if they can replace you with a robot, they absolutely will, right? So what am I saying? Hey, you Uber drivers out there, you Lyft drivers out there, make your money, right? But 10 to 15 years from now, 20 years from now, have another plan, okay? All you big semi...
Less than that. Way less than that. Artificial intelligence, less than that.
Hey, look, all you big 18-wheeler, you long-haul truckers, hey, I know y'all making y'all bread now. I want y'all to make the bag, okay? But, figure out another plan, right? Or maybe get in on it, right? Try to figure out how you could get an automated driving rig, save some of that money and invest in that technology, because if they can replace y'all, they absolutely positively will. Manny, does that answer your question, brother?
It definitely does answer my question. And
You cut out there, Manny. All right, I think Manny maybe trapped in the matrix there. All right. So I just want to give actually, Sabrina, could you give us a quick reset before we get to the other speakers? And
I don't know
Manny.
what happened there. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Did you
okay.
hear what I said?
Yeah, we can hear you now. No, we didn't hear anything.
Go ahead, Manny. Man,
my bad.
Yeah, Manny, just land the plane for a little bit, and then Sabrina, you give us a reset, then we'll move on to Ever. I don't want to keep folks waiting too long. But go ahead, Manny.
Okay. So it's just pretty much, I don't know if you know already that within the driverless tech consumers, I see here that Walmart actually started on November operating some autonomous trucks without driver behind. So they're doing like about 7 to 10 miles without drivers. So they're already doing grocery driving with driverless trucks, pretty much.
Yeah, they're doing driverless grocery delivery to compete with Target.
Man, Sabrina, I said what, 10 to 20? What do you say? You say 3 to 5?
Man, I tried to tell you that was too far out. You just kept talking.
I'm listening.
Artificial intelligence is here, guys. AI is here. If you don't own some AI stock, please go get you some. Please. All of this technology, it may not rocket tomorrow, but trust me, in the next 2 years, it's all going to skyrocket. It will. Put your stop losses on, though.
All right. I do want to say, Michelle Riley. I see Riley MD. I don't know if you're a doctor. Michelle Riley, I need you to leave the room and come back. We're trying to get you up here, and we cannot. All right. And so, Sabrina, give us a quick reset. Let them know about that YouTube link. I see the YouTube looks pretty anorexic right now. Before we get to Ever and Sean.
Go to the YouTube today. They're all in the malls, getting their last-minute Christmas shopping done, listening to us talk about stocks for 2022. All right, y'all. Welcome to the Day Trading Seasons. As you can tell, those of you that know, this is my favorite room. I'm so glad we're ending the year with a room like this. I love this kind of room. Today, we are not breaking down any tickers. We are not doing a lightning round. But if you want Charles to pull up the technicals, let us know, and he can. Hop on the YouTube link above my head. If you would like to come on stage, don't be afraid. Please come up on stage. You can ask your moderators, Charles and myself, anything that you want to ask us. No questions are off the table. Also, if you have stocks that you want us to talk about or that you want to talk about, come on up to the stage. Raise your hand. I see Riley is still, Michelle, you're still stuck in the matrix on that. You got to leave the room and come back. Yes, so just to recap really quick, my picks, for those of you that came in a little late, I see some people that follow me, they came in a little bit late. I like the EV space, not just the cars. I like charging stations. I like batteries. I like cannabis, all of it. Homegrown, pharmaceutical cannabis, I like it all. That's the future. AI is the future. Technology, like Charles said, all of those tech stocks. Okay, I'm Sabrina, and I'm going to yield the mic to, is it Ever? Cruz?
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you. Well, like you guys said, I totally hear. I got into the healthcare sector. Basically seeing CLOV. I know that's like a meme stuff, but I'm definitely heavy amount. It's like they diluted from 7. I mean, I'm not gonna get into technical or anything like that. But,
Ever, you could talk about what you want to, brother. So go ahead, man. Let us know what are they doing with CLOV. We played CLOV earlier this year. What's going on with it?
Yeah, just be careful with that stock, though, man.
Yeah, I mean, every time I see a floor and I see consolidation, I double down because I did get into it, like the whole meme everything. Because dude, trust me, I'm smooth brain, smooth brain, diamond hand. But yeah, so that's my one play, long term, probably 5-6 years. And also thinking about hydrogen, because if you really think about it, yeah, batteries are good for like inner cities, but international and like going to space or like airplanes or boats shipping cargoes. So my theory, like a way to think is kind of like Saudi Arabia, right? But for hydrogen, you need to have natural gas to make it. So if you make it and then you store it, so we would be like the monopoly of hydrogen, just for international and like space. Because I mean, that's the future, right? And those are my like long-term plays.
Do you have a hydrogen company, like HYLN or something like that? Do you have a particular stock that you like?
Well, I haven't really researched which hydrogen company that I like, but that is my next, like going into the next year, what I'm going to start looking into. But yeah.
So I'm just going to throw something out here that you're not going to really like. So the whole point of the electric vehicle industry and all of these charging stations and all of these batteries and components that are being built and all of that is to get away from gas. It's to get away from coal. It's to get away from, in England, we call it petrol. I was born there.
But would batteries be able to go?
It's to get away from all of that, right? So I would not encourage anyone to go. I mean, for the long term, I wouldn't encourage it. For the short term, if you want to go trade some oil options or swing trade some oil stock in the short term, yeah, go for it. There's a refinery that just blew up in Texas today. Our gas prices are about to rocket because of that, most likely. So if you want to do some short-term stuff, yeah, but the future is not there. It's definitely not the future, bro.
I think he was mentioning hydrogen, specifically, Sabrina. And I believe
it would be for international.
No, but he's saying gas to
hydrogen, which emutes H2O. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. So when you say gas, you're not talking about gasoline.
No, he's talking about hydrogen.
Hydrogen being used as a gas, a form of
energy. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I think there was one company I was tracking here, team. I think it's called HYLN, right? HYLN Holdings.
HYLN.
Yeah. HYLN. It's late, all right? Haven't even had my coffee for the day. HYLN, Hyrule, Zelda fans out there, whatever it is. I was tracking this thing right around when it was around 18, and this thing just fell right apart. I mean, it's a little under its IPO number here, which is around 918. If you like it, this is, I think, just about the only hydrogen play that I'm aware of. I think there's isn't Nikola supposed to be like a hydrogen powered vehicle? But Nikola has its own problems. I just here's Nikola, right? I mean, I have my own issues with the company, right? That has everything to do with how the company's run and whether they even have a minimal viable product. Chike, I see your mic on mute. You want to contribute to this hydrogen, HYLN, Nikola conversation? Go ahead, take it away, brother. Oh, FCEL, that's right. Chike, could you talk about FCEL for a little bit here? Because I never got on the FCEL train myself.
Yeah, so this is kind of like the EV type mentality, but for, a larger scale, like the airlines, like everyone was talking about. Fuel cell does mainly hydrogen. Yes, there's this argument against it that it's not sustainable, but the fact is we're literally not at the point where, the EV technology can replace everything. So, air travel, things like that. So that's kind of where hydrogen comes into effect. And not just there, we're talking about, power your MUD bills and stuff like that. Imagine that being powered by hydrogen and just not gas and general. So I've been in FCEL. It's one of my babies. I think I consider them the leaders in the U.S. hydrogen space, I guess. So if you're looking for options to invest into hydrogen, that's one I would definitely recommend. It's been consolidating around the $6 range for a while now, so it's a good entry. I think it has a lot of room to run.
Sorry, can you repeat the company again?
Fuel Cell, FCEL, the ticker.
Yep. And so Shike, just question here for you. So, in terms of the hydrogen play, would you say like FCEL is like the Tesla of the hydrogen market? Could you say that?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. All right, so I'm gonna carton this off. And so, team, you definitely want to follow your mods here. You want to follow the club as well, because we will be publishing a watch list of all the best tickers that people have put up here, right? And so let's see some people. I see some hands raised. Okay, I'm gonna try to get some of you folks up here.
I got them.
Okay, pretty cool. All right, so we got Manny, we got Ever. Next up is Big Sean. Sean, mic's on you. What is the best ticker, in your opinion, for 2022?
What's good, family? Happy holidays and Merry Christmas. I just want to piggyback off that last combo. You guys forgot to mention plug when you talking about hydrogen.
Oh, man, Sean.
Yeah, I mentioned plug initially when I gave my list. I said
Sabrina.
charge point chip and plug.
Sabrina, I don't mean to interrupt you. Man, we picked the wrong Sean. There's two Seans on the stage now. We were looking for the Irish spelling Sean, S-E-A-N.
Sean, S-E-A-N, Sean.
No, you good, bro. There's Sean Doc. I should have specified. Sean, I'm sorry. Mic's on you. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. Thank you so much for inviting me over here. I really do appreciate that. Actually, I just had a question to ask. So my question was about, Charles, when you were talking about AMD. I've actually been trying to add AMD to my long-term portfolio, but it's been running away from me. So my question was, what do you think would be a good pullback target to add AMD?
That's a great question. And so, team, I'm letting y'all know I'm mostly a technical guy, so I've always got a chart for that. So I'm gonna consult my chart, and I'm gonna drop some.
Yeah, Sean, are you in the YouTube? Because you can see what Charles is looking at if you jump on that link above my head.
Thank you. I'm going to do that right now. Thank you so much for letting me know.
Yeah, and everybody on stage.
Make you feel bad, but Charles called out AMD when he pulled back to about $9,900. I want to say it was about 2 months ago.
Months ago.
Big shout out, Charles. That was when I got in, and I haven't looked back since.
Boom!
Unfortunately,
back now though.
Oh my God! Unfortunately, I just joined this room, so this is my first time here, and I should have been here for a very long time. But I'm glad I joined you guys. Thank you.
Wonderful. And hey, everybody on stage, y'all all should be in the YouTube here. Y'all making this YouTube look anorexic. Come on now. All right, so what I've done here, I have a chart called an Atr chart. That's average true range. For all you statisticians, all you mathematicians out there, all the average true range does, it measures the standard deviation for a particular stock, right? And so what you really want to do is you always want to get the median price. You always want to get the median price for that particular ticker, right? So right now, the median price for AMD that's the weekly time frame. Now let's go to the daily time frame. Oh, we right there. So the median price right now on the daily time frame is right around 142, right? So we were hovering around that for the last couple days here at 142. So just generally speaking, right, if you're averaging in, right, you want to buy fewer when the price is above the average median. You want to buy a little bit more when it's below. But if you can, always just try to get your average range price, right? And right now, the average range is going to be at 142 to about 146 and 138. So anywhere between that should be a good buy-in if you are long-term centric, right? Right now, based on the daily time frame, the basement discount price for AMD is currently sitting at 128, right? Right now, again, the bargain basement price for AMD based on the daily time frame right now is 128, which I believe is $3 above the weekly median price of 125. Sean Doc, hopefully that helps you out there. Does it help?
Thank you very much. That really helps.
Okay, wonderful. I think we got my man Shike next. Again, Shike, just want to thank you so very much for just being a light and a pillar to the community. I'm so happy that you're able to ball out with your AMD. You know, hopefully, you know, you can flip that AMD, convert it into a nice Christmas present for yourself or somebody else or whatever, or just hold it for the long term. But Shike, mic's on you, man.
Yeah, thanks, Charles. For the record, I'm holding. Yeah, the chip space, it's one I've been chasing for a while, and I agree with everything you said about AMD not just being a GPU but CPU maker as well. I think they're the favorites. They got a long way to go, so I was just going to start there. But as to what stocks I'm looking at for 2022, I'm going to go a different route and just, I think we're at the baby stages of this whole metaverse thing, and there's a lot. The applications are endless in my humble perspective. So things I'm looking at to benefit from that, of course, everything metaverse, it starts with the blockchain, and my baby Square. The fact that Jack stepped down from Twitter, I think he's trying to focus squarely on Square, or is it Block now?
Yep, it's Block.
It's now Block. Yeah, they're well positioned in the fintech space, the blockchain industry. It's a good company. We're still going to see a lot of this, new businesses, and actually, my wife started a business, so I kind of delved into Square a little bit, and it really makes it easy for, first-time business owners, things like that. So I just think it's a great company. They're well positioned in a lot of industries, and that's what I really like, is when the stock cuts across not just one industry where the applications are endless. So that's why my top pick is going to be Square. I mean, I want to say all-time high is like 300, and we're sitting right at 160 right now. So, I mean, that's almost 50% guaranteed returns if everything goes well. I'm not a financial advisor. But my second top pick, which actually they got a short seller report today, which to me just seems perfect. Whenever a short seller report comes out on a very good company, the big boys are trying to buy. That's going to be Matterport, MTTR. I've been in this stock since, I think, since it IPO'd as a SPAC, I guess. I love the application. It correlates with the whole talks about, the chip makers and all that. I think they make it a little bit easier for the whole virtual reality space, where you can apply their products even if you have just an iPhone and you didn't even have a freaking laptop with a GTX or an RTX card or whatever. They also cut across multiple industries. Real estate, actually, I've been looking at houses recently, and they do have Matterport for like a virtual tour, and it's freaking awesome. You're talking building entire cities virtually. That's Matterport. I don't want to go too much into it, but I see them well positioned to benefit from this whole metaverse expansion. So that's my second topic, would be Matterport, MTTR. And for bonus, because of all the technology and, just moving into the technology era, I guess, you got to talk about security. I don't know if you guys have heard about Log4j, but that's the latest ransomware that's really rocking especially government entities, and everybody's like going crazy about it. So yes, you gotta think about security. And this was another one that we talked about, I want to say 4 or 5 months ago. The ticker is just S. The Sentinel one, they use AI to fight ransomware, I guess, in layman's terms. Ran up to about almost $80, and I think we're right at the 50 range right now. I still think it's going to drop down to about 45. I never got in before, but that one I'm looking to get into is S, Sentinel 1, for the security space. So, yeah, those are the tickers I'm looking forward to see how they perform next year. And Meta just because it's Meta.
I actually wrote Meta for you here. I thought Meta was going to be the first one you said.
So I'm the kind of person who I need to like agree with your company before I invest in it, and I just hate Mark Zuckerberg so much. It's preventing me from making money. And
you hate the Zuck. You can't hate the Zuck. You're gonna get Zucked, man.
I know, right? But I do think it's one to look out for, as far as the big players go in that space. But yeah, EVs are nice. I think I'm in all my EV plays I want to be in. So the new plays I'm looking to get in are the Meta plays, because I think they're just at the infant stages and they're going to erupt.
Yeah, Chike, do you own, what's your crypto portfolio looking like, man?
So, actually, like I said before about Matterport, that I'm actually trying to buy a house right now. So I was actually forced to sell all my crypto because of I can't go into all the details, but I sold all my crypto before the last crash. So, but I'm still keeping an eye on it. I'm going to be back into the crypto space by March once I'm done with my house buying process.
Hit me up when you're ready, so I'll share my list with you.
Will do.
Because like crypto is like one of the best places to get in on the Metaverse.
Oh yeah. I needed to convert it to cash. So
I get it. We don't have to talk about it here.
Exactly. So yeah, but no, crypto is still Ethereum is still my biggest. I still held on to some Ethereum. I don't consider that my crypto. I consider that my never sell. I held on to Ethereum.
All right. So, thank you for that. And so I'm just going to give us a quick reset before we get to the rest of the stage. Team, thank you so much for joining us today. This is the Day Trading DGens Room. We are talking about your best stock picks for 2022. Again, we want you folks to just come up to the stage. Let us know what you personally believe is the number one stock pick or your number one high priority pick for 2022, something that you think will have big returns, and let us know. All right. Again, follow the club, Day Trading DGens, I think it's one of the top 30 biggest clubhouse groups. We have over 130,000 members. I think when we got started, we were under 120. So thank you so very much, team, for joining us here. And so with that being said, I've got AR next. AR, mic's on you.
Hey, Charles. Hey, everyone. So instead of going with the list, I'll go with my number one stock that I slept on and ended up getting in some smaller plays versus going with a bigger play, Microsoft. And I'll land there.
You just dropped the mic with Microsoft. Let us know. What do you know about Microsoft that we don't know?
Microsoft.
He's like, boom.
That's the one that got away. I don't know when to get back in, but yeah, Microsoft.
I slept on my conviction.
Another meta play too, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I slept on my convictions, my homework, and different things like that earlier in the year. The crazy thing about it is I gave the play to a coworker of mine. He acted on my research and, did very well with Microsoft. I didn't. I went after some smaller plays, and I'm kind of kicking myself for not doing it, but I won't make that same mistake twice.
Yeah, I feel like this was when Microsoft was at like that 220 to 230 range. I think that was when I caught it, and that's when I slept on it as well. And that same thing happened to me. I gave it to somebody else, and yeah, the rest is history.
Yeah, I just pulled up the chart here on Microsoft, and it just went. I mean, Microsoft just went. I will tell you this, though, okay? You guys and gals may have some kind of opportunity. I don't know. We got a fresh MACD cross to the downside on Microsoft. So we've actually got some bearish divergence here on the weekly time frame. See, this is what's so awesome about doing rooms like this. You know, you start looking at things, you realize things that you've never seen before. So there is absolutely bearish divergence on Microsoft here, where the price went north and the MACD histogram went south. You also see the MACD cross that actually expanded this week, right? So it didn't fix itself. So something to consider, right? All right. So again, thank you, AR, for that. Okay, so for those who are looking for a pullback in Microsoft, based on the weekly time frame, 313 will be a nice dip buy zone. Based on a daily time frame, same thing. 313, 315 on the daily time frame will be an excellent dip buy zone on Microsoft. All right, now, okay, we got my man, Big Sean. Big Sean, mic's on you.
What's good, Charles? What's good, Sabrina? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Everybody's doing well.
Yeah, we're all doing good, brother.
Happy holidays. Folks.
Happy holidays.
Happy
And what's
holidays.
up, Sean?
What's good? So my first pick is going to be MU, Micron. And they do DRAM memory. And they have a high price target of 165, median price target of 98. They were downgraded in the fall, saying that winter was coming and DRAM was going to slow. The growth on DRAM was going to slow, but the growth expanded, and they just had earnings this week. Gapped up, blew earnings out, strong forward guidance. So that's my first pick, MU. Second pick is MRVL, another semiconductor, but infrastructure semiconductor. They gapped up on their last earnings, strong forward guidance, and they have price targets, median $98, high price targets of $120. And my last pick, a little risky, NIO, NEO. And NEO's been beaten up all year. They had a great year last year. This year, a little choppy year, downside year, but word on the street is that they're supposed to be having to deal with BYD backed by Warren Buffett. So I see a little strong pop coming from NEO going into next year. I yield the mic. I appreciate y'all.
Hey, Sean, thanks for that NEO call out. I didn't want to call it out before, but I got some leads on NEO. I feel the same way. They've been pretty beat down for no real reason. And you just gave the Warren Buffett blessing, so...
I would still just be careful, guys, because remember, NEO is a Chinese company. I spoke about it when I first got on stage, but just be careful.
Sabrina, we're always going to do business with, in, and about China. So.
But that's not my point, right? You guys will be fucked if they suddenly delist NEO off the NASDAQ and it's only on the Hong Kong market and all your money goes, like, half of it goes down the drain, because that's what will happen.
NEO is the process of expanding into Europe as we speak.
But that's Europe, right? That has nothing to do with the NASDAQ. I'm not even talking about the company, right? I'm just talking about what may happen. Not that it will.
That being said, why is JP Morgan in China? Isn't that an American company?
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with China delisting corporations. That's not the same thing.
But, I mean,
That's
everybody's
not the same concept. No, it's not the same concept, right? It's the Chinese government that is delisting their own Chinese companies, right? And so that's going on. And then it's the Biden administration having this antagonistic relationship with China, saying that if X, Y, and Z companies show us whatever the paperwork they are requesting, then the administration will make moves to delist them from the NASDAQ. Like, those are the two major things that's happening within the China space. And I'm not saying, guys, don't get me wrong. I used to be a big neo, and then my stop loss hit, and I was like, okay, cool, because all this news is coming out, and look at what happened to Baba, right? Baba tanked with all of this news. So I'm just saying, as with any investment we get into, just be careful. It's all risky. Some plays are riskier than others. That's it. I don't have, a horse in this race anymore.
There's always a bull in a bear case. So my only reason for touching NEO is that they are backed by the Chinese government. And NEO also has offices in California. NEO's trying to come to America. So, and they're complying because a lot of these Chinese companies, they cook the books. So they're complying with U.S. regulators so that they can give them accurate information. Yeah.
We think.
To give them accurate
We actually
information.
just got a UN cybersecurity blessing as well, which is going to be huge when you talk about legitimacy of,
That's great. Maybe I'll get back into NEO, guys.
I mean, they just folded. They can't just. I mean, technically, they're not backed up by the Fed, so they don't want to do the same thing that we're doing. Is my argument wrong? I mean, am I wrong?
No, there's no.
I hope I'm wrong.
Hey team, I just want to let y'all know there's no real wrong arguments. None of us has a crystal ball to really know what's gonna happen, right? Just like I believe that was Sean that said there is a bull and a bear case for everything, right? Like for instance, I'm bullish Baba down here. Sabrina's bearish on it. With NEO, just looking at the charts, NEO is in a buy setup right now this second. I could see a retracement all the way back to 33. I think NEO may be a target for tax loss harvesting, right? It may not be anything that we're talking. It may just be tax loss harvesting that is just a viable product that people do. Again, I do see the chart kind of turning around here, but we've been tricked before. Actually, we see 1, 2, 3, where those ended up turning out to be bear flags, right? So will this be the turnaround time for NEO? Well, nobody really knows, but I definitely want to just say to everybody in the crowd, nobody has a crystal ball here. None of the mods, none of the hosts, none of the guests up on stage, and ultimately, right? Whether I'm bullish or bearish on a ticker, I just hope, and we just hope together, that everybody makes money, okay? And again...
Amen, brother. Amen.
Yeah.
We're just giving different points of view, that's all.
Yep. So, again, max bull case, max bear case, right? Because guess what? The max risk is that, hey, let's say... I don't even want to say what some of the things I'm thinking, but, let's say Baba gets delisted. Let's say NEO gets delisted. I mean, it will be a shocker, right? But it is something that could happen. Not to say that it will, right? So Sean, I do like MU. Actually added some positions in MU today, right? MU is very special. MU looks like it's finally going for the gold here. And if MU could crack this 96 area after being shut out, this thing was shut out once, twice, 3 times, back in March and April, from cracking that 100 mark, and here we are. We've consolidated this entire time, and to me, this looks like a gigantic bear flag that concluded, that started to turn around, right around October, and we're going. So, hey, I'm looking for us to hit over 100 on MU. I like the momentum. We've got a daily squeeze that fired off today. Okay, we've got some good stuff. We've got a weekly MACD cross that's coming around also on MU, so I'm expecting some good things from it. On MRVL, Marvell was already on our conviction swing list here. at Brooklyn Traders. So, you know, we've been on the ball. MRVL was fantastic. I mean, we've been tracking this thing since it was in the 40s and 50s, and this just been rocking, all right? And Neo, hey, let me tell y'all something, right? If you believe in that Mark Monroe come up cousins, I'm going to buy some leaps and things. Hey, guess what? We are at the absolute bottom basement prices, okay, of Neo on the weekly time frame. Could it go lower? It could possibly go lower, right? But in terms of it being kind of oversold down here, we are very oversold down here. And so if you like them leaps, hey, you know, if it's going to work, you know, you can start maybe nibbling at a position there. Again, not financial advice. Assume that anything you hear on stage will get you clapped. And I just have just want to open the floor up to anyone who has anything to say before we shut down the room and go eat some holiday spice latte cake or whatever it is that Starbucks has got for us for the holidays. Anybody got anything to say before we wrap it up here?
Last thing about Neo, China is the largest auto market in the world. And one more thing, folks, we got time off. I don't know if y'all listen to Red Trading in the Zone, but Mark Douglas is a genius. You definitely want to tap into Trading in the Zone, get your psychology right, and get ready for this Santa rally happens next week. Everybody be blessed. Happy holidays, happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, and be safe.
I just want to say happy holidays to everybody. If you're off, definitely take some time to think about what your plan is for 2022. Maybe take some of the tickers that were shared in this room tonight and do some analysis on them yourself, your CD, and see if, you know, maybe you want to start a position in any of these companies, and or, like Charles mentioned, do leaps, puts, calls, whatever you want to do. But, you know, now's the time to start planning for 2022.
And happy holidays, everyone. Hope you have a good Christmas, New Year. I guess one last call out before we end the room. SPCE. It's at the bottom. I don't think we can go lower.
Bottom. We can't. We're just holding
Yo, it just hit my stop loss. Chica, it just hit my stop loss. I was holding it for weeks, and it just hit my stop loss, man. But go ahead, tell me about space.
Let it go, man. I just let it keep riding.
Yeah. So, take a look at that. I think it's all misguided, and we'll be back again on that. And, you know, trade safe, be happy, and let's make this money.
Congratulations on your house, brother.
Thank you.
Good luck, everyone. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays.
All right, y'all.
Over to you, Charles. You got some words of wisdom and some music for us?
Well, I got some new music for us. Again, for the day trading DJs room. It's different. Hey, if y'all got some music, send it my way. Okay, we just gonna be playing different stuff for the day trading DJs group. Appreciate y'all. All right. Hey. I wish I could see how badly I'm dancing on the YouTube.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
All right, y'all. Definitely happy holidays. Again, happy Hanukkah. Feliz Navidad. All that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Take care, everybody. you.